Somebody was also saying that how bad. I saw a post and under the comment section somebody was like, you people should tell us how bad is the situation in Nigeria.
No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
From the West, from their own mouth. This is not even Ghanaians going to Nigeria to say it.
Okay.
These are Nigerians that live in Nigeria that maybe came to Ghana to spend not even up to a month.
Yes.
And then they'll be saying all sort of things, and you're like, hey,
it's not that bad.
Nigeria had a tough way. Now, Odumodublvck is also saying something that has got people talking, and he has stirred a social debate by asserting that black struggles in the U.S. pale in comparison to Africa's harsh realities, and his comments has brought about divided opinion. Some said he's right, and others are also calling it insensitive and dismissive of systemic racism abroad. No matter how xenophobic we can get amongst ourselves as Africans, I don't think it is the same compared to the systemic racism in some parts of the Western world, especially the US. So this one, the Odumodublvck, I'm not with him, but this is exactly what he said. We cannot deny the fact that America is now a better place for black people. Even though we know that black people have suffered in America from time, we must also encourage ourselves to step away from the victim mentality, because we can see that where we are is different from where we were before. This is what Odumodublvck is saying. Let me start off with teacher Ima.
There was a video
native
of him, calling his friend.
What's his name? Is it Odiga or Adiga? Something. He was going to perform,
yes.
and then the guy called him, and then he responded. But then the guy mentioned his name. I was like, oh,
he went back.
And I saw subsequent videos on TikTok where, he went with a guy. They were playing games, and he was so happy with him. Like they were playing PS, whatever.
That's an old-time friend.
Yes, apparently it was an old-time. And then the guy also dropped. I don't know if it's the guy, but it started circulating of pictures of them when they were young. So apparently they had known themselves, and I think at a point they lost contact.
Yes.
So it was a beautiful reunion.
Native.
This be the big thing.
Yes.
I love that sound. Native.
I've always maintained that Africans, we should be proud of ourselves. We've done a lot for ourselves despite the setbacks that we faced, from the slavery days to the xenophobic attacks by ourselves and others. African continent is a place that even now the whites want to come and have their holidays over here.
Feel safe.
They want to come and buy buildings over here. They even want to come and do business over here. Then even to the extent of coming to interbreed with us over here, because they feel very safe and sound when they come over here. I think it's high time as Africans we stop complaining or comparing ourselves to the Europeans. We should also sit up, build our continent and develop it, because we have everything that we need. The African continent is blessed with a lot of minerals that we can use to develop ourselves. But what do we see from our leaders? 92-year-old men, 80s.
Big shouts to Cameroonians. Paul Biya, another term for you guys.
Who never want to leave the throne for people to also come and even share their ideas. This is what is killing Africans. I hope you understand. 92-year-old. What are you doing? 80s. What at all do you want from the people?
But the Cameroonian, their issue is serious.
It's serious. Meanwhile, there are people, fresh blood, young youth people, youthful, exuberant people who can be given the country to do it. Let's look at what our friends in Burkina, the Francophone countries, they are doing with their military government, youthful people who are doing the best for themselves. So African as a continent would also rise again. Indeed, we have risen, but we are left with some few people who have to leave so the young ones can come and
that's the old ones.
Yes. these are the people that is always making Africa decline. But yes,
but then him saying that blacks are feeling much safer in America than they feel in Ghana.
I think that's true.
Africa.
Do you blacks are being killed left, right, center when they are secure. We have videos where blacks are being killed by police people.
Aside from that, now, because that's why I'm saying that it doesn't matter how xenophobic like some Africans can be towards their fellow Africans. It is not as compared to the systemic racism in the US, for example.
Let me tell you something. What Africans we practice here, the whites practice racism.
A quarter of it.
We practice tribalism. Our own is worse than theirs.
That's it. That's the point.
Our own is worse.
Odumodublvck is trying to make.
See, let me tell you something. You are going to buy something from the market. When you get there, it's from, maybe you are going, I don't want to mention, but it's from a trailer. Let's use the Fulanis for an example. Look at how people disrespect them.
Because of their attitude.
No.
Because of what they do. What they do. The example that...
What they do? What do they do?
We know what the Fulanis do in the
What
country.
do they do?
Yeah, well.
No, you tell me, I don't know. So tell me.
You can swear it. If you
they rear cattle, they rear animals.
No.
But in the news always you hear Fulani.
But you see,
but they are good Fulani. You know the former second lady is a Fulani.
You see, funny enough, that person is black like you are. That person is an African. And come and let's say the white man is bad. But you, the African, you are even becoming selective with your own race. There are people that say you can't marry into this tribe. Someone say there are people that on a lighter note, you are going to buy common wachi. You are saying because the wachi owner is not called Amelia and the person's name is Davi, you won't buy.
But
that is tribalism.
No.
So you want to tell me Davi can't learn how to make wachi?
Oh please.
But
that is
always.
You
like jollof. You like jollof. You've seen that you've gone to a place where there's an African market, an African restaurant that sells jollof, and then there's a Western restaurant that also are selling jollof. You are going to the African market because you know that jollof is an African delicacy, and so the African is going to make it better than the European or the Westerner. Does that also make you?
But that's on a different note. That's
racism. But the same thing they are saying with Amelia. No, it's the same thing they are saying with Amelia and David too.
And there's two different books. You are using encyclopedia. I'm using Longman
Dictionary. It's the same thing you are saying about Davi and Amelia because Amelia is from the north, and we know that Wache is from the north. Exactly.
No, but I feel we are being tribalistic with a lot of things. That the Wache one is just on a lighter.
Oh yeah, that one there.
We are being tribal. There are a lot of things that even when another person says, "Hey, my pen is missing." We are Igbeniu or Beko the Chrome or Adezima. Or Beko the Chrome. No, that is who we are.
But it's the same people when Obi and I that we were in school. We are maybe
But we are being selective with our people. It is the same way they are acting towards us, and we have races against these white people to when they come here. Look at the last time these Chinese that people were using sticks to hit them.
That was now.
We are being see.
It was not
the
too
racism
nice
thing is not just about the whites. We the blacks ourselves, we are a big problem that needs to be checked. We the blacks, our biggest challenge is tribalism. Today a Muslim can never be president in this country. Someone from the north can be president. This and that. You
know that those ones, you know, when they say it, especially, you know, it's coming from a political side. I mean, they are being tribalistic at that point. Wait, it's political gimmicks. But when you come to the grounds, you know that is not the situation. You know, when it comes to Ghana, when it comes to Christianity and Islam,
we are coexisting. Like we're good.
We are
because
we're coexisting.
Let's take Takwadi here for instance. The church, my good friend AC's church, Latter-day Saints, the one at Accra Station, opposite Accra Station. When whenever the Muslims are having any of their religious, they go
give
there.
their space.
They give their space to them. And I've seen places where Muslims can even enter a church and then dance to the praise and worship
they
song,
do that.
and then they leave.
Yes.
So it is not common. That is why when they come here and they see certain these things, they are so amazed. So these ones, you know that it's just political game. It's just to score some political points, be and go. But on the grounds,
we are coexisting.
That is not the case. And Onome.
Yes. Okay. So I think
after this, so I have to give shouts to your Isoko people.
No problem. I think what Odumodublvck is saying. Let's look at a scenario. We have a lot of Africans in America who are able to change their life status the moment they are able to migrate to the States. I think that's the lens Odumodublvck was using to make his comparison. He was trying to say that you, as a black person, you are better off, and your chances of surviving in the States is higher than surviving here in Africa, which is the fact on ground. So on that ground, I will bet to agree with what Odumodublvck was trying to say. The African political system is engineered in such a way that it doesn't encourage and promote doing well. It doesn't usually or always help the people living here to do well. But despite the racism at the other end in the States, of course, I'm not saying, and Black is not saying that there is no racism there. That's not what he's saying. It is there, but compared, if you're a Black in the States, your chances of making it as an African in the States is very high. It's more higher than making it back home in Africa. I think that's the point. Odumodublvck and our political class they've not helped us in Africa at all. The policies, the things that our so-called political leaders do here is worse than the racism that you experience if you get a chance to travel to the United States as an African.
Okay, I get your point, but for me, when it comes to economical, we already had a different discussion where we were talking about the fact that even those in the Western parts and the Western world are even coming down here to establish their businesses. And sometimes you look at some corporations in the Western world, in Europe, and you even realize that the base of their businesses are even from Africa. It's because they were able to sow some seeds. They were able to tap in the fertility of the African land. And that is how come they were able to build these big corporations and companies. Africa is, most of the time, their backbone, is the foundation.
You see,
it is a foundation on which they build whatever wealth that they have. And so when you bring in the economical part, well, I might agree with you. But then, it still doesn't take away the fact that, as I said earlier, no matter how bad we are with each other, it is not as bad as how the system has been made, because it is, racism is systemic. That is how it is, especially in the United States. So, but I get all the point that you guys have also raised. So let us also know what you make of this one.